In this module, we're going to review everything that you need to know about graduation, heading into that phase of your Truman experience. So just as a reminder, there are specific GPA requirements in order for you to graduate with a CMDS degree. You must have at least a 2.5 CMDS major GPA. You must also have a 2.5 overall GPA, and you can check both of these frequently in degree works. Your CMDS major is going to be down where your major classes are listed in degree works, and it'll be off to the side of one of the banners there that shows it's kind of the title banner for the CMDS major courses. And then your overall GPA is up towards the top in the right-hand corner of degree works. And just a reminder, in order to enroll in clinical practice capstone as a senior, you have to have at least a 3.0 overall and in the major. You have to submit an application to graduate, a graduation application. You submit your official application to graduate to the registrar's office, and you do that via TrueView. The registrar's office suggests submitting the application right after you have finished registering or enrolling for classes for your final semester. So if you are going to graduate in December of your senior year, you're enrolling in those fall classes back in March while you're still a junior, sometime in March. So as soon as you enroll in those classes, maybe around April of your junior year, you can go ahead and submit your application for graduation. This is a nice thing to do because if the registrar's office notices that you're missing any requirements, you still have time to add those or figure out a plan, especially to maybe take over the summer or add to your fall semester load. If you are graduating in the spring in May, you would be enrolling for your spring classes around October or so of the fall of your senior year. So after you get enrolled in those classes, maybe around November, you can go ahead and submit your graduation application to the registrar's office and then hear back from them before the spring semester starts, so that if you need to add any courses, you have time to do so. You want to avoid waiting until the last minute, a week or 2 or 3 before you're scheduled to graduate, and then suddenly discovering that you're short half a credit or one course that is required or something like that. That is highly stressful, and you don't need to be in that position. You can submit it earlier per the registrar's recommendation, and then you can have that confirmation that as long as you take all the courses that you're currently enrolled in and pass them satisfactorily, you will graduate, and that's nice to know. In order to graduate, you also must complete senior testing. You will, at some point, once you have earned, I believe it might be 90 hours, credit hours, you will start to receive emails about taking the CLA or the CCTST. You need to complete those during your last semester on campus. So if you start receiving these, as a sophomore or junior, you can ignore those up until your last semester on campus. And at that point, you are then going to schedule to take these exams. These are administered on Truman's campus. And these exams provide really useful feedback to our department about how well we are accomplishing our goal of preparing you for graduate school and also preparing you as a well-rounded liberal arts educated individual. So we do ask that you give your best effort on these tests, as it does provide us with useful information. We can make adjustments as needed to our curriculum and assignments to fill in areas where we feel like we would like our students to be doing better. Don't forget, hopefully you have heard about the university portfolio requirements. So every single student who graduates from Truman is required to submit a university portfolio. You cannot graduate unless you have submitted this. You submit your university portfolio about midway through that last semester that you were on campus. It's usually around week 10 or so of the semester. Keep in mind that you have a vault that you can upload your papers and presentations and projects to as a place to save them. You log in and you upload your artifacts, and then when you go to organize your portfolio, it's easy to just pull from your vault. Every portfolio is read by someone, so please take this seriously. We do read all the portfolios in May. And if you want more information, you can go to assessment.truman.edu or portfolio.truman.edu and get more information about the university portfolio. For our major specifically, and in our department, you will complete a second portfolio that is specific to the major courses that you took as an undergrad here in our program. This is part of your senior assessment. We do return it back to you before you leave campus. And we are really focusing on our major classes and assignments and projects and things that we ask you to do, experiences that you've had within the CMDS department. So the university portfolio is across your entire Truman experience, any course that you've taken. CMDS is really focusing on just those CMDS classes. So right now, go ahead, keep those important assignments, papers, or electronic versions in the vault. Save those. You never know when you might have computer or technical difficulties. You will receive information about what is required in the CMDS portfolio when you're taking CMDS 484, speech and hearing science. That's the course. And then also in CMDS capstone in the spring. So that's when you actually receive the specific prompts and the instructions and what you need to do. If you have any questions about what needs to happen, what you need to do before you graduate, talk to your advisor. That's why we're here. We love this exciting point where you're on the cusp of graduating and then moving on in that next step in your path, in your life path, whatever that might be. So we are happy to support you and answer any questions that you have.